As I said, I'm Danny Lyons, and I'm the Document Control Manager at Gatwick. I've worked at Gatwick for 14 years now, and 6 of those have been using the Accruent products, and working with Pentagon, one of your partners as well, who does the implementation and the support for us too. We're focused on delivering a personalised experience that is easy and efficient. At the same time, we aim to be the UK's most accessible airport, prioritising the needs of every passenger and giving everyone an equal opportunity to fly. For our people, we're continuing to build a diverse and inclusive workspace, one where everyone is welcome. We had out-of-date, unsupported systems, siloed working. People were finding different ways to do things because the systems we had just didn't support their way of working. One version of the truth was clouded, so there were different places. People were storing things on personal drives, temporarily losing the management system in a loose fashion, which caused different versions of the truth to be created. And duplicate data as well, so it's hard to find stuff that already exists. The searching capability and things like that, we noticed those same themes, those common issues across the patch. No common language across our systems, so we use Ultimo as our computerized maintenance management system, and it's very key for us that the document management and our CMMS integrate and they speak to one another. Before, they weren't speaking the same language, so we had different codings used, different terminologies. And now with the solution that we've implemented with Meridian, Meridian and Ultimo integrate and they talk to one another, and it's great. It was key for us that our solution, when we chose Meridian and also Meridian Portal, that we could implement a system that integrates with that, like I said. A system that had both useful out-of-the-box features, so standard functionality that would be available to us straight away, but also allowed us to configure and customize. Now, that's a bit of a sticky topic because sometimes the more customization you do, the less able you are to sort of follow on with upgrades and software updates. We have experienced that. That will come later in my slides. Spoiler alert. But we have to, because of the way that we work at Gatwick and the way that we embed our document management system, the processes that we run are specific to us, so the system has to be able to configure and sort of work with us in those elements. We also exchange documentation with our external suppliers, so that's where Meridian Portal comes in. So very key, we need a formal way, not email, not OneDrive, not WeTransfer. We want a formal way that we've embedded into our contracts how we can exchange documentation with our supply chain. Also, obviously, us to administer and manage in-house, so I do a lot of the administration. I do now a lot of like sort of the workflow building and things like that for our version of Meridian. And obviously, if I need that extra support, extra IT technical input, my Pentagon colleagues are always on hand. And IT support both internal and external. So my internal IT team are now sort of a bit more Meridian au fait. I wouldn't say they're great, but they're trying, and everyone loves a trier. But also we use Pentagon, and obviously wherever needed, we escalate further to Accruent as well. I have to make sure that I take people in construction at Gatwick, and not just construction now, there are other departments at Gatwick who are noticing what Meridian can do and how it can benefit their processes. So our engineering department are also looking at and have utilised the system for ways in which they can better their processes. We have embedded the use of Meridian in our framework contracts. So whenever new contracts go out to our supply chain at Gatwick, we're telling them, you must use Meridian and Meridian Portal to exchange your documentation with us. There's no grey area. There's no, you can do it by email if you want to. No, you have to use these systems because we've invested in them and we want you to as well. We currently have 627,000 documents in Meridian, and that's counting. They are going up weekly. Now we are ramping up. Now our projects are coming back. Now our investment is kicking off and our projects are all in flight again. That's just going up and up. But the challenges that I faced, and I'm happy to talk about them because we're being honest and open, were that there were communication channel breakdowns. So the instant that, say, I would report on behalf of one of our suppliers, when it got to sort of Accruent's IT portal and then your engineering team, it's sort of got a bit lost in translation. So the problem that they really well went away and started working on, when it came back to me, that wasn't the problem. So you've solved a problem, but it wasn't the one that I raised. Communication, everyone I've listened to has, Christy, Rick, has mentioned that communication is key, and I fully and wholeheartedly agree that. It's great for me to be able to have those spaces and opportunities and people to say, I'm having this problem, please help me, and help me work together. And because of that, we had cases where I had bi-weekly meetings, and I would have catch-up Teams calls, and I would have people coming in to say, Danny, is it now working? Or we've tested this, can you now try it? and we got to a happy space. At Gatwick, we're always trying to do things that are more automated to try and reduce our manual processes, and there's definitely ways in that space that Meridian can help us there.